how you respond to a bully, or how do you respond to someone who's speaking evil over you or someone who's being rude to you. You first reject what it is that they said. You come out of agreement with that curse, okay? So how does that look? So when someone says, Judah, you're ugly, the first thing you're going to do is you're going to reject. That's the first R. You're going to say, I reject that.
I reject that.
I reject that. All right. So today we are continuing our lesson on self-control. Say self-control.
Self-control.
All right. In order to master self-control, we first need to master the STR framework, which is what? How to
Stop, think, and respond.
How to stop, think, and respond. So stopping, thinking are very important first steps. However, how you respond to situations that happen to you, whether it's someone being rude to you or someone trying to get a reaction out of you or someone making jokes about you, what you do and what you say next is very, very important. And it's going to determine whether you are a wise king or a foolish child. Which one do you want to be? A wise king or a foolish child?
Wise king.
You want to be a wise king, right? Okay, so we're going to talk about how to master responding, okay, to these certain scenarios. By using the response framework I have here, we call it the 3 R's. I need you to repeat after me, okay? Say reject,
Reject.
reflect,
Reflect.
redirect,
Redirect.
redirect,
Redirect.
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 Spit out the gum.
Redirect.
Okay, I'm going to take that gum away from you. Don't play with me, Judah. All right, so reject, reflect, and redirect, okay? This is going to help you to master what it is that you do, what it is that you say when someone says something rude to you, okay? Again, we don't want to react. What is reacting? Doing something without stopping and thinking first, right? Okay? So reject. What does it mean to reject something?
Like walk away.
You walk away. You don't want it, right? So when you reject something, that means you come out of agreement with it, right? You don't come in agreement with it. You don't agree. You disagree. I don't want that. I reject that. That's not for me, right? That's rejecting. It's important to reject words that are spoken over you, okay? I'm going to teach you the importance of words and the power of the tongue, okay? The Word of God says that out of our mouths proceed blessings and curses. That means that everything that we say out of our mouths is either going to bless or edify people, or it's going to curse people. Okay. We want to make sure that the words that come out of our mouths are blessings. Okay. Not curses. All right. Do you understand that? The Word of God also says that life and death is in the power of the tongue. That means that if we choose to bless people with our words, we're speaking life over them. Right. But if we're speaking curses over people, it kills something on the inside of them. Okay? This is why we need to learn how to
Stop, think,
and then respond. Okay? All right. So first, how you respond to a bully, or how do you respond to someone who's speaking evil over you or someone who's being rude to you? You first reject what it is that they said. You come out of agreement with that curse. Okay? So how does that look? So if someone says, Judah, you're ugly, the first thing you're going to do is you're going to reject. That's the first R. You're going to say, I reject that. Say it.
I reject that.
I reject that. Judah, you're stupid. What are you going to say?
I reject that.
I reject that. Judah, I don't think you're going to be anything when you grow up. What are you going to say?
I reject that.
Judah, I don't know. You're just not cool, you know? What are you going to say?
I reject that.
I reject that. Okay, so that's the first step. You reject it. Okay, the next step is to reflect. Okay, so you're going to reflect on the fact that hurt people hurt people. Okay, what does that mean? Hurt people hurt people. People who are hurt other people. That's what that means, right? So when someone is standing before you like a bully and they're speaking curses over you and they're being mean to you, you have to realize that it's not that person that is doing that to you, but it's the spirit behind the person. Okay? A lot of people are going through spiritual warfare. Something happened to that person to make them mean that way. Okay? Okay, so it's not the person, but it's the spirit behind the person. Okay, so we don't say something back. We don't react and say something back to hurt that person back. Okay, we don't do that. Why? Because then we're stooping to that person's level. We want to rise above that person, right? And the influence behind that person. And we want to be better, right? We want to be a wise king, right? Are you following me?